Sorry, I had to reset the stream. I apologize. The connection was a little bit off. Hold on. Why am I not? There we go. Let's try that again. So, I'm kind of going to do some more like. That better? Did we fix that? What the hell was that? Okay, I got it. I got it on my stream too. But what in the blue hell was that? Why did that just start like that? I haven't touched my mic. Hold on. I haven't touched my mic in the 4 months I've been streaming here, and I don't know why that's the way we started. I apologize, guys. Thank you for being patient. That is horrible. I don't know, like, what in the hell was that? That has never happened to me. Listen, whatever. I guess there's a first for everything. But let's try this all again. Hey, guys. Oh, and fuck the sorry ass Jets, go Pats. Calling the Jets sorry ass and then being a Pats fan? You're missing the point, my man. Anyway, like I was saying before, we were talking. I was talking. I guess I was talking to nobody. I was just the buzzing sound. I was talking about how, I was just talking about the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation. I feel like it's one of the more prominent things going on in the country right now. We got one more win. We got one win more than y'all. I mean, that's great. You have one win. Like, that's kind of like what's that meme? It's like, great. Like you're punching like we're fighting and everybody else is looking at us like what the fuck are they fighting about? But I'm just talking shit. Love the vibe. I liked it. So appreciate you, Neva. Of course. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, we're having fun here. Anyway, back to the point. I was talking about the whole Jimmy Kimmel shit, and like I don't think a guy like Jimmy Kimmel should have lost his show over like what he said. But I made a full video about this. I did a whole dialogue. If you guys want to go, just check that out, and you don't want to waste your time sitting here listening to me, it's all good. I just felt like the whole situation was very odd, and the fact that it turned its course and it happened so quickly, where like he was suspended for 3 days. You had somebody go to the ABC station in their local area with a gun, and they're probably going to spend the next 15 years in prison over Jimmy Kimmel missing 3 days of work. There's a lot of things that I look at in this whole situation that I'm like, wow, this was odd. Now, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should have lost his show. 100%. I don't think like he should have been taken off the air for what happened and what he said. I do think what happened was a little insensitive, where like I said in my video, it kind of felt like he was just being callous and cold towards the death of somebody else. Again, it could be somebody you disagree with. I understand. I know Charlie Kirk is one of those people that is like very polarizing. We talked about him enough on this channel. I personally think, with Jimmy Kimmel, like it was just an insensitive thing, and I felt like it was very off-putting. And really, all I would have said was, if he would have apologized right away, if he would have just said, listen, I didn't mean to like be insensitive about the situation. It was the fact that he decided like he's doubling down and he's not gonna, it's not worth his time to apologize for everything, which is fucked up. Daniel, what's up, man? That's where I come in. That's where I have my issues in terms of what Jimmy Kimmel was doing. It's just like it's insensitive when you're using somebody's death as a transition joke to look at somebody like Donald Trump and go, oh, like, what's going on? Why you have 10 number higher than your cap? Wait, why you have 10 number higher to your cap? Wait, what? What do I have? Why do you have 10 number higher to your cap? What does that mean? I don't even know. I do not know what you were saying. Mr. Mello, what's going on? But yeah, that's just where I come. I just felt like it was very, what, Daniel? Yeah, I don't know, Ben. I'm a little lost there. Why do I have number 10? I'm looking on the stream. There's no 10 anywhere. UCAP looks so big. Oh well, yeah. It's actually a normal sized hat. I just have a really big head, and it's one of those things like when you have a giant brain like I do. You got to try to contain it all into one big thing. Jorts is here. We got a pair of jorts in the chat. What's going on? How the fuck are we? Yeah, it's just one of those situations. Once your brain gets that big size, you can't fit in normal hats. That's just the way fucking shit goes. Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying. Maybe Daniel, let me ask you something. Is English your first language? I'm just curious. Like, maybe it was a translation issue. I'm not so sure. But yeah, it's an interesting day. Jimmy Kimmel back tonight. I think that was a very polarizing couple of days that we saw, where people were like blaming the government for censorship and shit. And I get it. I think it's one of those conversations that we had to have. It's one of those things we had to look at and think like it's a little bit scarier than it may be a little bit scarier than just on the surface that his show sucked. But I think at the end of the day, I believe it. I believe that his show just sucks, and it was kind of an idea of ABC trying to, have an excuse to take Jimmy Kimmel off the air, without having to just be like, you're fired. So, born into the country where your language come from. So, England? Damn. I mean, that I'm questioning that, Daniel, but I respect it. We are off to a roaring start today, ladies and gentlemen. The fuck is that? But I'm trying to think. So last night, you were good at guessing. Listen, it's one of those things. Like I said, it's the big hat containing the big brain. You know, you give me one clue, I'm probably gonna figure it out. There, let me think. Last night I couldn't fucking sleep a lick. I almost went live at like 2:30 in the morning, right? So I decided to get up in the middle of the night. I'm dying. Daniel's giving me a stroke. Daniel's got me all messed up. So, dude, you try to sit here and read chat some days. You know, when you sit here and do these streams and like you have chat, you never know who's going to come in here. And there's been days like if any organization out there ever wanted to do something where like they did a psych eval on somebody, the easiest way to psych eval somebody to make sure they don't have like anger management issues or anything, or like they get frustrated easily, just have them stream on YouTube. Literally have them stream and talk to the chat that pops in here. Because, and I'm not saying Daniel's making me upset or anything. I'm just saying in general, you know, last night I came on and streamed for a little bit. And I just had somebody come in here and like completely, you know, he was just trying to rage bait me left, right, telling me like this, that, and the other thing. Telling me like, I'm an idiot for this, I'm an idiot for that. There is nothing that requires more patience than sitting here and trying to talk to a live stream. Because it will absolutely be one of those things that it tests your mental fortitude, man. I did not want to make you uncomfortable. No, Daniel, you absolutely did not. I'm not saying it's you at all. I was just saying, like, it's fun when people come in here and talk, but there are times, man, where, like, people come in, and you're not one of them. You're absolutely not in that category. I'm just saying, you're all good. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So last night, I couldn't sleep, right? So I ended up streaming for a little bit. I went outside, right? So I have a pretty big property where I'm at. Like, this is like a massive, like, I got woods in the back. I got, like, all sorts of animals running around. And I go in my backyard. I go out to my car because I just wanted to, like, I was looking for something that I've been missing. It was just a pair of shorts. It was nothing really that crazy. Yeah, Danny, we're all good, man. So I go out to my car and I saw something very troubling that, like, I'm like 99.9% sure I saw a coyote in my backyard. You know, it was a little bit too big to be a raccoon. I've heard rumors that there are coyotes in the area now, and it's a little bit troubling seeing something like that. I walked out, I get to my car, I open the car, and I look out in the yard, and I just saw what looked like a dog. Now, I have a lot of raccoons on the property. Maybe I mistook it for a giant raccoon. But I've been hearing recently, there's like been noises around the area. I can't believe you have a car. What do you mean you can't believe I have a car? The hell does that mean? You know, I've been hearing the rumors, so you have to prove it. I'm not going outside and showing you my car. That is not happening. Not a chance. I have a Nissan Sentra. I keep it mellow. I'm not a big like car guy. When it comes to cars, when it comes to any sort of thing, I'm not very materialistic. I have a very normal Nissan Sentra. It is, you know, I'm not like out there being flashy with my car by any means. But anyway, I saw this coyote, and I'm like 99% sure. And now I don't know what to do because like now at night I just like I can't go outside. Like I'm just not gonna go out there. I know like coyotes are afraid of humans and shit, but like I can't go outside. Like I will not go outside when it's dark now. Now you can call me whatever you want. You could say like, you know, I'm a whatever, like you're a B word or you're a pussy, whatever you want to say. And the answer is yes, I am. I do not want to go out there and have anything to do with a coyote. Befriend it? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Here's the catch-22 here, though, Ben. When it comes to the coyote, I do have a lot of deer on my property. Now, I'm not like obviously like the deer are fine, like, but what they do is they eat a lot of the plants, especially in my front yard. The deer are constantly ripping up shrubs and shit, and there are too many of them. There are far too many deer out there. I have a feeling it's just nature's calling that now these coyotes are going to they're finding where the food is because the deer population in this area have gotten so fucking out of hand that, you know, the coyotes are going to go to the food. So, listen, I'm not saying I want the deer to die. I'm just saying it's one of those nature's calling things where, you know, supply and demand. The coyotes are looking for food. Maybe if there were 4 or 5 less deer on my property, population control, let them eat. 100%. That's what it comes down to. It's population control. It's nature doing its thing. It's just natural fucking selection. These deer are in this area. It's bound to happen. It's the way things are going to go. What I am glad is fended it and let it know you're cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna feed the coyote. I don't really want the coyote thinking like, hey, this property is fair game. I don't want the coyote getting any closer to my house than it already was. But for population control, I think it's a good thing. I'm a big fan of nature. I'm a big fan of nature's calling. So as long as there's no dead deer in my sightline, you want to do whatever you're gonna do. If this coyote's gonna do what it does, do it in the fucking woods. Don't do it around don't do it in my backyard. Don't make me clean anything up. That's really my only, maybe if anything, and maybe this is a little bit dangerous and stupid. If I'm gonna feed the fucking thing, maybe I put the food out in the woods. Maybe I put it out there so he just stays out there and doesn't think it's time to hunt over here. If that makes sense. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. You stopped the live for a while, please. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm gonna stay live, but I'll still be here when you get back. You want me to pause the live and wait till you come back from McDonald's? I don't think I'm gonna do that. Damn. We'll wait for you. Yeah. We won't talk about a single thing until you come back. Yes, man. Please just pause it. All right, Daniel. I won't say a word until you're back. Just let us know when you come back, so I could keep discussing whatever we're discussing here. I will not say one single word until you're back. Of course, no problem, Daniel. Holy. Kmart, what's up, man? A little daytime action. Figured I'd switch it up a little bit. Streamer for the people. Always, man. I'm always about the people. I'm always about talking whatever you guys want to talk about. Kmart, what's up, man? I was talking before about how I don't have any sort of pre-workout to do any sort of workout, so I will be slow. I don't have a car like you. So take your time, Daniel. I'm not going anywhere. That's great. You're gonna walk off those. You're gonna get those steps, man. You're gonna walk off that McDonald's that you're about to eat. I respect it. How about them Lions though, dude? The Lions going to. The Lions going to Baltimore, and they made a statement last night. I think a couple things. One, maybe the Ravens aren't as good as we thought. Two, maybe I was a little bit wrong about the Detroit Lions. About to go sign me a job and call it a day. Nice. Awesome. The Detroit Lions looked phenomenal last night. They bullied the Ravens, and the Ravens were a team coming into this year that I felt were going to go to the Super Bowl. I've been very low on the Detroit Lions coming in, but holy shit, man. That offensive line, the Lions' offensive line just dominated the front four of the Baltimore Ravens. And, can you guys please transfer me some money? Probably not going to do that. Let's see. I just remember I don't have it. Way better than week one. Yeah, look, I think with week one, I think the Green Bay Packers have an elite defense. Coming out with a brand new offensive coordinator, going against an elite defense like the Packers, I think it was pretty prominent. It was pretty. You could probably see it coming that the Lions' offense was going to struggle. But man, oh man, these last 2 weeks they have put it together. People were telling me that Jared Goff this, Jared Goff that. Hold on. Shit. Hold on, guys. Let me be right back. I got to answer this phone call.